High school football fans, we have officially reached the regional round of the 2018 Texas High School Football Playoffs. My name is Ashley Pickle and I am out at Apogee Stadium in Denton, Texas for a matchup between two teams that have become very accustomed to being foes during the playoffs. After this one concludes, participants will have the opportunity to go and have a social event before coming out to that 6 p.m. tip against the Raptors. So guys, have fun back in the studio. I think I'm going to go throw on some workout clothes and enjoy the fun here at the AAC. It has been 2,205 days since Allen has lost a regular season game. That's over 50 consecutive district wins. And just to put that into perspective, it's been 8 years. In this game so far, we've had a blocked field goal from Coppell and now a block extra point from Hebron. So wild day out here for the Kickers, but hopefully they can get back on track. Again, it is Coppell 13, Hebron 7. Where am I? I'm at Eagle Stadium in Allen, Texas, home of the defending state champions, the Allen Eagles, who look to kick off their playoff run tonight against a different set of Eagles out of Rowlett, Texas.
Go, the third member of our crew, Ashley Pickle, caught up with Marshall head coach Doc Holliday.
Coach, Chase Litton came alive in the second half last week against Pitt, but also Anthony Anderson had one of his best games of the season. He had 1 touchdown, 13 carries for 56 yards. How significant is it going to be to establish a run game against North Texas here tonight? It's your first conference game of the season. What would getting to bring home a win tonight, and not only that, but bring home the momentum going into conference mean to this team tonight? Coach, much like your young quarterback Mason Fine, Marshall also has a young quarterback, Chase Litton. He's thrown for almost 1,000 yards this season alone. What is your defense going to have to do tonight to stop him? Conference USA is trying to do more than just bring March Madness here to Frisco. They're also attempting to give back to the community. I asked some of the Allen coaches what that meant for the win-loss column. Allen was up 21-0 at the start of the second half, and the Allen coaches said that the athletic directors from both teams are in the locker rooms now deciding as to whether or not that's going to count as a win for Allen or just go ahead and null and void and call it a canceled game. So I'll try and keep you updated on that, but as for right now, we are saying goodnight here in Coppell. As you can see, the defense is getting up to go on the field. I was down here just a few seconds ago behind the defensive bench. They were asking the Coach Eckler, their defensive coordinator, a million questions a minute, and Eckler finally stopped them and said, guys, there's nothing we can do about that kickoff return. It's in the past. All we need to do now is focus. We're a great team, and we need to play smart. Continue to play smart. And then he walked away, and all the guys had nothing else to say. So great words of encouragement from Coach Eckler down here on the sidelines. As you can see, we are in our second lightning delay here with, as they said, no immediate starting time even close to being in the near future. So you can see behind me some of the Waco Midway players out here, pads off, waiting for this rain delay. They're just kind of talking, having some fun. Looks like some of the guys are out there waving in the back. All right, guys, I'm here with Scott Peach, the head coach of the Arlington Colts. Coach, back in fourth game the whole time, and then with under 30 seconds left, Tucker Thompson takes it back for a 60-yard pick six. What was the feeling like on that sideline? To number 3 in the West, I'm going to go with the Jazz. Yet another shock. Really, the whole West has been a little bit of a shock.
It's weird.
This is going into it. I obviously think that the more notable teams will start picking it up towards the better half of the season. But I'm going to go with the Jazz on this one. Donovan Mitchell has been fantastic at point guard, very versatile on both sides. Joe Ingles, you know what his nickname is?
What's that?
Jinglin' Joe, man. He has been lighting it up behind the arc. So unbelievable by him, averaging about 14 points a game. And, I think that with the Jazz, it's not that they're like the biggest star power, but, Quinn Snyder has done a phenomenal job of coaching the team, and defensively, they're very, very good.
They're still getting their education paid for.
But
they're absolutely still getting their education paid for.
It's not a quality education in some cases, but it does go back to
college isn't for everyone. So if you're going to come here and you know that you want to play football, then you need to know that you have to keep your grades up. If you want to play basketball, if you want to play anything. And the other thing that I really want to bring up that I feel like so many people don't talk about, we talk about paying college athletes all the time. But who do you think about when you think? You think of the Johnny Manziels. You think of the, just the star quarterback. You think of the star point guard. So if we pay college athletes, that means every single college athlete should get paid. So tell me, when you're talking about how much money revenue that they bring in, okay, so Mason Fine brings in a lot of money to this university. What about the 5th girl on our golf team who gets to go and compete every week? How much money does she bring in? literally none. So you would have to, in order to pay college athletes, that's what scholarships are there for. The people that are good enough, the people that bring in the money are getting a free education to go here, and they get the stipends, they get that kind of stuff. But the students that aren't on scholarship, they come in because they want to play the game. They know what they're signing up for. If you're going to pay one college athlete a Mason fine, you also have to play a tennis player that's the 5th person to be able to get put up on the board who brings in no revenue.
They could all be like Kyler Murray and just sign an MLB contract and have $5 million.
The injured player, number 11, Thaddeus Thompson, who was down just a couple plays ago, came off the field. Trainers brought him up onto the table. They were shining lights in his eyes, looking at letters, making sure he was okay. It looked like a concussion protocol. They took him into the locker room, and about 5 minutes later, he came out ready to go. I asked the trainer if he was going back in, and he said he's good to go. He's going back into the game.
Well, thank you, Dante. Guys, I'll tell you what, I absolutely love laser tag. Tend to get a little bit over competitive, though.
Over competitive. Ashley, the homecoming queen?
Those two don't mix.
Okay. Very over competitive all the time. But I'll tell you what fueled that competitive spirit. Mean Green women's basketball having a huge victory to start the season last night. And no surprise here, our North Texas women's soccer team headed back to that NCAA tournament. I'll have more for you after the break. That's right, guys. As if Mean Green Madness wasn't exciting enough, some very high recognition coming in for both basketball teams from the conference office. And of course, we've got a couple big games for football and soccer to preview. I'll have more after the break.
Up at 7:00 p.m. tonight, so you guys should come on down to the Super Pit. Ashley, you should come too, and we should have a one-on-one basketball game. What do you say?
Jade, I am always down for a game of one-on-one. Got my shoes in the car. I'll go grab them in just a little bit. But before that, another huge weekend coming up for Mean Green Soccer. Now, we all know rookies never have it easy in any sport, but last night, one Texas Ranger veteran decided it was time for a vet to play a little dress-up with his rookie teammates. Go ahead and take a look at this picture here. Third baseman Adrian Beltre decided to sport his best farmer look on the Rangers' final road trip of the season. And by the looks of it, he's not too bad of a farmer, because look at all those chickens. When Beltre was asked about his choice to participate in Rookie Dress-Up Day, he said, "The guys were asking for it, and I said, if you guys want it," and boy, did he provide.
I've said this, I think, just about every block. This is the revenge game right here. We beat them up in West Point. They came down closer to our home turf, weren't able to pull out the win. They want to see the win. And, you know, like Josh said, I have not picked against North Texas this entire year at home. I have done something every single time that has brought luck to this Mean Green team, and I am going to do it right now. Here comes the scrappy head. I'm going North Texas all the way, baby.
North Texas, Pickle 5-0 in picking North Texas. Why? Well, they're undefeated at home, and they're going to have that mark on the line again tonight.